Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to talk to you about this. This is kind of going to be a first impressions video of a new release that's coming out tomorrow that I got a day early. It's the new album by Panda Bear and Sonic Boom, Question of When. Um, it's their second collaborative album together, as under the name Panda Bear and Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom had produced one of Panda Bear's earlier albums, Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper, and this is then in 2022 they came out with this album, Reset. So I'm gonna let you know my thoughts on this album before I go into the new one. So Reset came out in 2022, and it's an album I was kind of late to the game on. I always really loved the opening song, Getting to the Point, but I never really listened to the full album until years and years later. This album came out in 2022. I really love this album. There's a lot of really great sample work that they use from songs like Denise, and by, I forget the pop group that originally did it. There's some other really cool samples on some different songs as well. And it's kind of similar here with this new album, A Question of When. Similar concept. So I pre-ordered this CD because this album, you can listen to Reset on digital streaming. This album is physical only. You can't stream this album. If you buy this album, pre-order it, you get a download, but you cannot listen to this on Spotify or Apple Music. It's part of some, I don't know, project they're doing, some sort of incentive. So that's why I wanted to get this, so I could listen to it. And plus, I didn't want to drop like $30 on the vinyl if the album wasn't any good. Maybe I'll pick up the vinyl later, but you'll have to wait till you hear my thoughts on the album. So here's the packaging. I love these little sleeves because they fit in a shelf better. Sub Pop Records sometimes has these gatefold sleeves too, but they're maybe like an inch and a half taller, and you can't really fit them on certain CD racks. But these are perfect. Domino does these CD cases really, really great. This is a gatefold. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's kind of like embossed. I don't know how well it's going to show up. It might show up if I do it like that. But comes with an inner sleeve, which is nice. The credits. I really like the design on the CD itself. It wants to slip out of my hand. So if you don't know who Sonic Boom or Panda Bear is, Panda Bear, aka Noah Lennox, is the drummer of my favorite band, Animal Collective, and Sonic Boom is a member, or was a member of the Spacemen 3 with Jason Pierce of Spiritualized. They were in a band together. Then Sonic Boom does a lot of production work. He's produced some really great albums. Congratulations by MGMT and Seven by Beach House being the non-Panda Bear ones. It comes with a little lyric poster, which is pretty cool. So that's the packaging. The album itself. Now, I listened to a couple cuts from this that people had put on YouTube, being, I think it was Lucky Charm and the title track, A Question of When. Now, Lucky Charm and Graveyard were released as a 7-inch single for Record Store Day. So if you wanted to, it's very limited. I tried to get a copy, but none of the record stores I went to had it. But if you wanted to hear any songs from this album, that would really be your only opportunity to. But I kind of like it because it helps it be a little bit more, I guess, secretive. This album is very similar overall to, from getting it from those songs, very similar to Reset. So I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna listen to this album, and then I'm gonna come back and let you know my thoughts. But you won't see that because I'm actually gonna have an intermission in here. So I'll come back right after the intermission. Well, I listened to the whole album. It is a damn shame that this album is not available on streaming, because this album is one of the best that Panda Bear has done overall in his career, and that Sonic Boom has produced. The melodies are so good on these songs. The harmony vocals as well. The bridges, the choruses, all the instrumentation works very well. I It's interesting. The opening song, "Never Given In," I kind of wasn't that keen on, but the more it went on, the more I liked it. "Revive Him" is probably one of my favorites. Then we got "Lucky Charm," of course. Something Like Dreaming is so good, very chill. "Like a Moth to a Flame" is great. "Something That Lasts," and "Graveyard" really ends off this album well. "Pray to You" was not probably my least favorite on this album so far, but again, this is going off of a first listen. But overall, I feel like this album, first impressions aside, I really think that this has a chance to be one of his best albums. I definitely think, compared to Reset, I feel like this album, the songs have more meat to them. They don't repeat a bunch. There's actual changes throughout the track list. I know repetition is a big thing that bothers a lot of people when it comes to Animal Collective or their solo projects, but overall, I feel like this album feels like a cohesive record. Doesn't feel like an EP with some bonus tracks, which is kind of how Reset felt to me at parts. I feel like there were definitely some songs that were just there to be there, like "Whirlpool," which I still like, but overall, I feel like this is the stronger album of the two. What would I give it based on first impressions? I give it like an 8.5. Again, maybe if when I listen to it more, it might definitely get better, and ratings might, get higher. But overall, I would recommend this. Now, if you want to fork over the money for this, or if you want to fork over even more for the vinyl, which I think is like $30, man. And it's not even like a gatefold, like the CD, I don't think. I think it's just a single sleeve. That's why I always hate, is like, if you're going to charge that much money, at least give it like a gatefold or something. Don't just charge for a single sleeve, but that's just me. I would recommend this album. Depends if you like the real psychedelic stuff, because there is one thing about this album, is that some of the samples definitely go overboard, especially on the title track. There's this siren that kind of just gets old after a while, and I love the instrumentation of that song, but it's just there's this ambulance siren like running through all of it. It can kind of get grating, but overall, a very good album by Panda Bear and Sonic Boom. I'd be interested in how this album goes up in stature over the year for me, but I guess we'll find out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon. Thank you.